I think it is possible for ordinary people to choose to be extraordinary. Entrepreneurship is like eating glass and walking on hot coals at the same time. The key test for an acronym is to ask whether it helps or hurts communication. When something is important enough, you do it even if the odds are not in your favor. If something's important enough, you should try, even if the probable outcome is failure. Life is too short for long-term grudges. Patience is a virtue, and I'm learning patience. It's a tough lesson. Some people don't like change, but you need to embrace change if the alternative is disaster. If you're trying to create a company, it's like baking a cake. You have to have all the ingredients in the right proportion. I'd rather be optimistic and wrong than pessimistic and right. I would like to die on Mars, just not on impact. I think it matters whether someone has a good heart. People work better when they know what the goal is and why. It is important that people look forward to coming to work in the morning and enjoy working. People should pursue what they're passionate about. That will make them happier than pretty much anything else. When I was in college, I wanted to be involved in things that would change the world. If you get up in the morning and think the future is going to be better, it is a bright day. Otherwise, it's not. Great companies are built on great products. I think that's the single best piece of advice. Constantly think about how you could be doing things better and questioning yourself. I think there should be regulations on social media to the degree that it negatively affects the public good. We're running the most dangerous experiment in history right now, which is to see how much carbon dioxide the atmosphere can handle before there is an environmental catastrophe. It's okay to have your eggs in one basket as long as you control what happens to that basket. I always invest my own money in the companies that I create. I don't believe in the whole thing of just using other people's money. I don't think that's right. I'm not going to ask other people to invest in something if I'm not prepared to do so myself. It's very important to like the people you work with. Otherwise, your job is going to be quite miserable. Any product that needs a manual to work is broken. Starting a business is not for everyone. Starting a business, I'd say number one is have a high pain threshold. If we drive down the cost of transportation in space, we can do great things. Self-driving cars are the natural extension of active safety, and obviously something we should do. Brand is just a perception, and perception will match reality over time. Sometimes it will be ahead, other times it will be behind. But brand is simply a collective impression some have about a product. We're already cyborgs. Your phone and your computer are extensions of you, but the interface is through finger movements or speech, which are very slow. If humanity doesn't land on Mars in my lifetime, I would be very disappointed. I will never be happy without having someone. Going to sleep alone kills me. There's a silly notion that failure is not an option at NASA. Failure is an option here. If things are not failing, you are not innovating enough. Rockets are cool. There's no getting around that. I think life on Earth must be about more than just solving problems. It's got to be something inspiring, even if it is vicarious. The factory is the machine that builds the machine. The key to making things affordable is design and technology improvements, as well as scale. I think you should always bear in mind that entropy is not on your side. If I'm not in love, if I'm not with a long-term companion, I cannot be happy. I don't create companies for the sake of creating companies, but to get things done. Tesla is here to stay and keep fighting for the electric car revolution. I say something, and then it usually happens. Maybe not on schedule, but it usually happens. I think we are at the dawn of a new era in commercial space exploration. I think it's very important to have a feedback loop where you're constantly thinking about what you've done and how you could be doing it better. I don't spend my time pontificating about high-concept things. I spend my time solving engineering and manufacturing problems. If you think back to the beginning of cell phones, laptops, or really any new technology, it's always expensive. I tend to approach things from a physics framework, and physics teaches you to reason from first principles rather than by analogy. The path to the CEO's office should not be through the CFO's office, and it should not be through the marketing department. It needs to be through engineering and design. If you had to buy a new plane every time you flew somewhere, it would be incredibly expensive. I don't think it's a good idea to plan to sell a company. Over time, I think we will probably see a closer merger of biological intelligence and digital intelligence.